Welcome back. It's time for the North Carolina Vinyl Picker weekday show. Yes, it's the weekday show, the Wednesday show that's now on Thursday today because I had something pending last night, like a Yankee game that they lost. But anywho, they'll be back. Top 20 finds so far for the year 2025. These are going to be my top 20 finds, not in no particular order. First off, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Chuck Mangione, the passing of Chuck Mangione, the great horn player and early jazz player for the modern day age, and the Hulkster. That's right, the Hulkster, and Ozzy. Don't forget about Ozzy Osbourne, right? It's been a couple crazy days here. We're losing lots of people from the 70s. People I grew up with watching on TV and stuff. So it all happens to all of us. So strap in. Okay, so we're going to do these top 20. And we'll start with a band that I just learned about this year. And it's a progressive rock band. And their name is the Beggars Opera. And they're on Vertigo. So I've been on this Vertigo kick. And I thought maybe I could go ahead and get all these Vertigo records. I was watching these two guys over in England, the old guy and the young guy, and his grandfather there. And but they're so expensive. I mean, so I started getting some of them, and most likely they're all reissues. But I've gotten a few of these that aren't. So they're going to be in this top 20, mingled through here a little bit. So hope you enjoy the show. So that was the first one I wanted to show you, and that's Act 1. But that one there is on the Verve Records. And then the second album is, I got this one on, it's a second pressing on Vertigo of Beggars Opera, Pathfinder. And then their third album, Waters of Change. And this one's on the second press Vertigo. We're going to try to make this video pretty quick. I had to turn the AC off, and it's hot as blue blazes up here in North Carolina. Coming in at number 19. So if you thought that you were done listening to Boston, and if you heard everything you ever wanted to hear from their 3 or 4 albums they made, get a sip here. Let me tell you something, and I've told this story already this year about Barry Goudreau. Barry Goudreau was the second guitarist for Boston, but he got kicked out of the band by Tom Schultz, or did he leave and make a solo album? This is a fantastic album. And he made this right around the same time that Tom Schultz was waiting like 10 years to make Third Stage. And he made his own album and left the band. This album here is fantastic. So if you love Boston, if you're from a certain age, like me, with a little gray in your beard or a whole lot of gray up here, then you would probably know Boston, and you would know who Barry Goudreau is. A fantastic guitar player and singer. And pick this album up. It's a cheap heat record. And then after he made that album, he made this album, Orion the Hunter. Try to find this one. I found this one in Hickory in a antique mall. I walked in there and said, I'm going to find something today. And I went back where I normally go, and I went to the other side, and he already pulled his records out of there. And I went around the corner, and I went in some records. I started going through them, and boom, there it was, Orion the Hunter. Great album. It's got Barry Goudreau on here and his band. And they only made the one album, as far as I know. It's a really good album. If you like Boston, then you would like Orion the Hunter. This is cheap heat, too. You can get those for like between $5 and $7. Coming in at number 18. I'll try not to mess this up today. And like I said, they're in no particular order. These are some of the best of the best that I've found in the 6 months, 7 months of this year. And this one here I got online, actually, because I look every day. I try to find something in there, and I move it to the list on eBay, and then people bid on it, and they take it, and then I lose out. But sometimes I'm lucky, and I get it, like this time. This is IQ. This is a EP of A Barbell Is In, right. And this is from 1984. And Neo Prague IQ band. And if I pick these up on eBay, you know I picked them up pretty cheap. I don't remember what it was, but it had to been cheap and nobody else wanted it, so I grabbed it. Coming in at number 17. This is a very hard album to come by. And this is from a band, and they're called Ragnarok. And this is their first album. This is not the heavy metal Ragnarok. This is the progressive rock band Ragnarok. And this is a Korean pressing. South Korean, that is. And glad to get it. I get popped up on eBay one time, and they had it for like less than $20, and this album goes north of $200. And nobody knows who the people were, I guess. So I went ahead and snatched it up. I put a bid on it and waited, and I got it. So some of the stuff that's in this top 20 is things I found on eBay. I don't really buy too much on Discogs. I kind of pooed on Discogs. And then a lot of these things I've found out in town. This one here is also one I found on eBay. This is coming in at number, oh, I screwed it up, didn't I? The Horzoo. Where's the Horzoo on here? 15. That's right, number 15. I knew I was going to mess it up. And I got everything's all written down. Number 15, I'm going to leave in here. Warts and all, I'm going to leave it in. 15. This one I found, it came up for like $5. It didn't have a cover for it. So I went ahead and grabbed my own cover for it. And it's the Beatles Horzoo for Help. This is the best of the best copy you're going to get of that album. And it's on the Horzoo. It's on the German label. I'm going to stick to it. Coming in at number 16, we're going to go back one. And this is a 45 that I got from my best friend up in New Jersey, who I'm going to go see here soon. I'm going to see John. Yep. I'm going to see him in September. End of September, early October. And he sent me this 45. And I was glad to get it. And it's one I've been eyeballing, trying to find for a long time. And finally it popped up when he sent it to me. Yes, that's when he sent it to me. So thank you again, John, for sending me those 45s. And I may have a few more here I'm going to show in my top 20 finds for the year. Coming in at number 14 is I'm going to show a pair here to our children's children, but I got a Japanese pressing of this for like $20 shipped. Couldn't beat that with a stick. And then I also had picked up this one here, came up available from the same guy for $20 shipped at a different time. So they're out there. You've got to be patient. And if you go on eBay, if you shop on eBay, be patient. Put in there what you want, look it up, and then have a running thing, and it'll pop up on your phone every day, and you can check it every day. And every day you can spend money. No, it's not every day I find something, that's for sure. So I was glad to get those two Moody Blues. They sound a lot better than the American ones. They're night and day. Coming in at number 13, all these Kate Bush 45s that John sent me from New Jersey. I'll run through them real quick. I've ran through them before. The Dreaming, Hounds of Love UK, Babushka, Army Dreamers, the Creme de la Creme, The Breathing. Look at that. Awesome 45. Wow. Wuthering Heights, Spanish, Suspended in Gaffa, Cloud Busting. December will be Magic Again, The Big Sky, Sat in Your Lap, and Running Up the Hill. Yes, he sent me all of those. What a friend. Thank you so much. He said these were all doubles he had. Thank you so much, John. I can't wait to see you. And these went into over here with my 45s, and now they're all together, mine and yours, for eternity. Number 12. Coming in at number 12 is something I've been looking for. And this is a very rare 45. And it's a Legal Alien by Genesis. And of course, this came out in the 80s, so from the album Genesis. But isn't that cool? I think it's pretty cool. I don't know if they'll show this video on that very anytime soon, but there's a certain climate in America. But it, you know, it was the 80s, a long time ago. It was 40 years ago. But the 45 is cool. I'm glad to have it, and I'm sticking with it. Coming in at number 11, I met Dave and Justin down in Charlotte a couple weeks ago. And I told Dave outside, we went down there for Noble Records. He had a yard sale. He had all his VOA records, $1, $3, $5, $7, $10, on and on and on and on. Those are the voice of America. If you haven't been down to see Dylan, there's still plenty down there of the VOA records. And I told Dave, I'm just going in today and I'm going to buy one record. That's it. I wasn't feeling too good. It was about a week after my procedure I had. And I went on there because I looked on the wall and I seen it. Harumi. That's right. This one here is an awesome record. Psychedelic record from the late 60s. Great album. Just fantastic. He made this one album in New York City. And this man here who produced this album, produced albums for Bob Dylan, all kinds of people. Great album. Harumi. Some people say, who the heck is Harumi? Yeah, that's what I said too. But the vinyl community is a great place to find new music because so many people are in the vinyl community. Everybody buys different stuff and their different taste. And you say, oh, I can listen to that. I'll stream it. Boom, I like it. No, I don't like it. Coming in at number 10 is Ramses 2. And this is the glass top coffin. This is on a second press. Or it could be a first press because it was later. They might have already stopped doing the swirl. Wait, there's probably no swirl for this one. This is just the second press. And this is Ramses' second album. This is the guy who thought that he was the Pharaoh Ramses incarnated. That's right. So I figure I'd show you the first album too, since I have it right here. And I got this year too. So you got two Ramses and one. Two Ramses for the price of one. I wish. They're pretty pricey. IQ Corners. Something else I found online. This one here, fantastic record. That's right, it's fantastic. And it's why? Because it's IQ. That's right. You don't know IQ, it's like Riverside. If you love prog, then you should be listening to IQ. That's all I got to say about that. Okay, coming in at number 8. Now, these are a couple of new records that came out this year, but they're great to me because I love new music. So here you go with Nad, the lead singer for Steve Hackett's band. This is currently on the wall as my number 1 record. Nad Sullivan. Fantastic record. I've been talking about it for weeks. Coming in at number 7 is the number 2 record on my wall that I took down. This is IQ, Dominion. Coming in at number 6 is a swirl, Uriah Heep. Uriah Heep. That's right, Uriah Heep. And this album is kind of hard to remember the name of it. But Very Envy. Something like that. Very Evie. Very Envy. It looks scary. It's scary. It's scary. Bob Dylan coming in at number 5. Coming in at number 5. We were up in, where were we? We go all over the place. We were over near where the race car drivers live. That's right, over by that big lake over there, Lake Norman. And they have an antique mall over there that's awesome. It's full of records, lots of records over there. And I was looking around. Guess what I found? Bob Dylan's greatest hits. And I've been looking for this album for quite a while. Because I like Bob Dylan somewhat. But this album, I opened it up. And they had a $15 price tag on this. I said, $15. There ain't no freaking way they're going to have. They did. It had the poster in there. The poster itself sells on eBay. The cheapest one I saw was $100. So it was worth the price of admission. And the record is like minty fresh. Yeah. Minty fresh. Coming in at number 4. Dr. Z. Dr. Z. That's right. Dr. Z. This is a fantastic record. 3 parts to my soul. Dr. Z. Fantastic record. One and done. This is a Vertigo, but not mine. The Vertigo swirl of that goes around $1,000. Coming in at number 3. Coming in number 3. And we're getting there. And these are in no particular order, remember. Terry Reid. Terry Reid, boom. Terry Reid, boom. And bing, bang, boom, Terry Reid. I found all 3 of these down in Gastonia, North Carolina, at an antique mall. Me and the wife were up there walking around. This guy had a few records in a crate. I looked at him and I said, sold. He had all 3 of these. And I picked up all 3 of these for $100. Which might you say, hey, that's kind of pricey. Most of these go for $100 a piece. And they're all like mint. And if you love Terry Reid, and I told you the backstory, he was supposed to be Led Zeppelin's lead singer. Coming in at number 2. This is Steve Wilson's new album, The Overview. I'm going to be seeing him at the end of September, on the 30th exactly. Looking forward to that, that's for sure. Going all the way up to Port Jarvis, New York. Overview. Steve Wilson. Coming in at number 1. It's kind of a funky number 1. It's not really number 1 because I just kind of collected them all, put them all together. Took a while to get them all together. And Pete Sinfield, the lyricist and for the band King Crimson, who passed away this year, or was it late last year, came out with this album many moons ago, right around time of The Court of the Crimson King. There in those first couple albums, he made his own solo album. The Song to the Sea Goat is on here, which is a 6-minute song. And it could have been on the King Crimson album. All these songs could have been King Crimson songs because he wrote the early songs for King Crimson. And then he made the early songs for himself. And he only made this one album as far as I know. But I was looking for a particular version of this. And it's never available. I never even see it on Discogs hardly, or eBay, or anywhere. And all of a sudden one day one popped up and boom, there it is. It's a blue cover. It's a blue cover. Take this out. This was inside. And here it is. Here's the blue one. It's a European, different color. So that was pretty cool. I was glad to get it. Might not mean nothing to anybody, but it means something to me because I love records. And when you love records, you're always looking for something a little bit off. That's all I got. Music makes life worth living. That's true. I heard that saying this week at one point. And so I thought I'd put it on there. Stay tuned for the show. It'll be coming up this Sunday. And we're going to go back to what? 2016? Are we at 2016? I think that's where we're at. We're going to talk about what we were listening to, or what I was listening to in 2016. That's for sure. And we're getting ready to close this whole thing out. And then we're 10 more years, right? 9 more years. Then we're going to go all the way through the prog bin over here. I'm going to go from all the way from A to Z. That's what those Canadians say. They say Z. I don't know why. That's all I got. That's all I got. So stay good out there. Stay and support those troops. And I will see you on Sunday, sometime Sunday, depending on when the Yankees play or what time the Yankees lose. I don't know. That's all I got to say about that. Take care. We'll see you soon.